And here she is joining us. This is Perri Jones. Hi, Perri.
Hi.
That was a very beautiful song. Tell us about the writing process and what the story is about it.
Oh, Teardrops is just a love song that talks about, kind of meeting somebody and kind of just being in an uncomfortable space with them and just trying to like figure it out, but being comfortable enough with that person to like be honest with them.
Right. Is there like a sequel to that song? Did it all work out?
The story's still being written. Honestly, it's still being written. To be continued.
It remains to be seen. Good for you. Well, it's all about taking, real life stuff and putting it into your music. Do you have a writing process that you feel is maybe unique, or how do you go about writing your songs?
Honestly, I feel like it just happens sporadically. True artist reflects on the times that they live in and the things that take place around them. So I just try to stay true to that.
Very cool. But I think that's a really good point, because in 2020, there wasn't a lot of real life interactions going on. So how did you adjust in your creative process throughout the time?
That is such a true statement. Like, I honestly felt disconnected from just the world in general. And I think that made me dig deeper into myself and just get to know myself a little bit more and go back, to recollect just the old things that I went through and kind of look at it differently.
Amazing. So this is self-made. You're doing it all on your own. That's awesome. So when you're making your music and you're working and maybe you're singing in the shower and you have dreams of, being on stage, what are some of those visions like for you?
Well, before I go into that, it's not directly on my own. I would be, being a fraud to say that I got here on my own. My brother, is my creative director. He helps me with a lot of like just content in general, all of my content. All of my brothers do. My family is very musically oriented, so I just want to get that out the way. But what was the question before that?
Very cool. Well, no, I'm just saying, when you're making music and you're having visions of what your future looks like, what does it look like?
Honestly, I just kind of go with the flow. I really don't have any expectations. I just want to make the best art that I can make and timeless music now, you know what I mean, that surpasses me.
Absolutely. I think that's really key when your music does last forever. When you're doing this competition, is there something that the audience should keep in mind when they watch you, of maybe some things that you feel makes you special that will give you that extra edge for everyone to vote for you?
I want everybody to be, their interpretation and perception of me, perspective of me, to be open, to remain open. So I want people to take it as they see it, as it is.
Absolutely. Well, you're in Chicago now. You lived in Houston. You lived in New York. How does America and different cities around sort of inspire and impact you in your creative direction?
Well, being in different places, the cultural differences, different types of people, different types of mentalities. I've also been to Africa, Ghana last year. So it's just like everywhere I go, I'm able to take away something, and I'm a student of life. So I'm always living life like purposely, intentionally, and looking for those things.
Very cool. This competition, it's called Self-Made. Why do you think you should win this competition and you are self-made?
Well, honestly, I've been doing this music thing forever. Like, I'm very dedicated, and I feel like as an artist, sometimes with how trivial things can be in this industry, it's very easy to get discouraged and just to give up. So I feel like anybody that can take the bull by the horns in this industry and push forward, you know what I mean, and not give up, that speaks in itself. Like, anybody that can do that is self-made.
Ooh, nice, Perri Jones. Very well said. What do you like to do outside of music? What are your hobbies? What are the things you're passionate about outside of music?
I love reading, and I think it's just because it helps me it's helped me become a better writer and just open my horizons. But I think outside of just music in general, I like fashion, you know what I mean, and photography, just all types of things. I'm really like a free spirit, so I'll try almost anything once.
You're a true artist. We could tell. Now, throughout the week, we're going to be giving you some challenges to accomplish, which we haven't told you about yet. But what's your strategy about accomplishing tasks, and how are you going to take this competition head on?
Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna do it. I mean, it's like Nike, just do it. You know what I mean? It's no real way to really describe it. You just have to put your best foot forward, and you just got to do it.
Right on. Yes, we're gonna let you go in just a second. But is there anything that the audience doesn't know about you that you really would like them to know about you?
You can't. A wise man once told me, and this is just a piece of advice for any other artist that's watching. You can't do it all, but you can do it first. You know what I mean? So don't think about trying to do everything. Just think about making your impact in this world the best way you can.
That's amazing. So there's definitely going to be a unique point of view you are bringing to the competition. So for the audience out there, look for all those old school artists making their way through Perri Jones during this competition. But thank you for joining us, Perri. You're super cool. And if everybody at home wants to vote for you, they know what to do. And if you believe you are self-made, we will see if you truly are the winner. So thank you for joining us, Perri. Bye.
Goodbye.